is financial support, but it could be that they don't need financial support if they have the right requisite training and understanding as to what they're doing. It goes a long way to help their business do well. Am I right?
That is correct.
Because again, somewhere this week on Tuesday and on Wednesday, I spoke to some people, the NEIP, and they have some funds available that they want to help people with. So I'm excited about all that you've talked about so far. But let's get to the other level of things. Okay. How will you pick the winners? This is a challenge, isn't it? So what are the mechanics, and how will you be picking the winners?
Okay, it's a challenge, and it's in as much as the challenge is important in making it exciting and competitive. There is also a lot going on underneath the challenge in terms of, because the whole idea is to create jobs. That's one of the key objectives of this initiative. But in terms of the challenge, it will be very transparent, and we have a rubric, which means a set of criteria and a score applied to each of the criteria based on the interview, which will be used in scoring by business experts who will be members of the judges. So that's how generally the scoring of how good a business is. So one of the key things we'll be looking at is its capacity to scale and create jobs in terms of the idea that an applicant brings in. The next thing is, because one of the things that we found in Ghanaian businesses is that it's difficult to get teams coming together to form a business, which I think is part of why businesses remain one-man type of business and those things. So another thing will be how much of grouping a team that come together and say a seamstress has talked to a business graduate and an IT graduate, then come together and use their knowledge to grow a particular idea. So all these will be what will be looked at in terms of scoring in the rubric.
So in that rubric, is it solely about the interview, or there are other things that they would have to do to be able to win or to be picked?
Oh, obviously, it will not just be an interview. So it will be in stages. So similar to even if you're applying to a university or something. So it will be, maybe that's not a good example because we're not focusing on everyone can apply. But it's simple in the sense that there will be an application, and out of the application, some will be selected for an interview, and then that's how the process will be like. So all this information for the rubric will be picked during the application stage to determine who goes into the next stage of interviewing and so on.
So as we speak, these young business-minded people can start forming groups and start planning and start sharing ideas. Is that what you're saying to them?
Absolutely, because we are really encouraging that, because that's how most of the big businesses we know in the world tend to come together. Somebody has an idea, it brings other people on board on the team, they agree on a grouping or a teaming, and then they grow the idea. So it's something we really want to encourage, and it has a very high weight in our rubric.
Well, in case you just tuned in,